Hello, we're live. It's Helen here from HelenMartinOnline.com. How are you today? Gee, that's funny lighting. Oh, today, for those of you that were looking for my live on time, I am running a little bit late today because I've just been hosting a webinar and it went a little bit longer than I thought it would. So apologies for being a little bit later than I said I would be today. But today I want to talk to you about branding, and you notice the heading is if your branding is confusing, you'll be losing online. So I just want to talk about, hey Shannon, how are you? Great to see you on live. I just want to talk a little bit about the branding today. I'm working on something for you at the moment. It's going to be released this time next week to help you with your branding. But I want to sort of highlight today, if there is some confusion around your branding, how that's going to affect your your business moving forward, sort of online. So if you are, hey Emmy, how are you? If you are live with me, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. No Harley with me today. He's peacefully sleeping at the moment, so I let him be. You just got me. It's not the Helen and Harley show today. If you're not sure who Harley is, he's my little puppy, my new puppy. So if you're live with me for the very first time ever, hey Helen, I saw your comment, Rob. It said, hi Helen, and I've just read Helen and said my own name. What a deal. Hello Rob, how are you? Great to see you. You might have been sort of waiting for me to go live at the ridiculous hour of the morning it is for you. So sorry to keep you waiting if you were. If you've not been on live with me before, what I do is teach home-based business owners to bring their business online and teach things like social media branding. How do you generate leads online? How do you do Facebook Lives and video marketing, YouTube, things like that. And also a lot about, mindset and personal development, which I talk about once a week, which was actually yesterday. So you can find that on the feed, and there's copies of all my training videos either in mindset or in the network marketing online space on my website on HelenMartinOnline.com. So you can just go there and see all the videos one after the other. So let's talk about branding. If your branding is confusing, you're losing online. Now, one of the biggest things that I see with branding, hey Carrie Ann, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. Aussie, good to see a fellow Aussie on. A lot of people lack clarity with their branding. I'm not sure if the lighting's doing funny things for you. It's really glary, out the back here at the moment. I've got a combination of, it's trying to be freezing. It poured with rain last night. Now the sun's trying to come out. Gone a bit dull there again. Yeah, it just depends where I stand as to sort of what you see. The lack of clarity is where a lot of people go wrong with their branding. So they set up their presence online, they've got the page set up, they've sort of got a little bit of a sense of what they should do and that it needs to be them and not their product, and company for various reasons that I've discussed many times. But unless you've got that clarity in your branding, you're going to have a confusing message, to your marketplace. It is beautiful here at the moment, Rob, with the sun shining, although we're moving into winter. Here in Australia, it's getting very cold. Part of the haze, I don't know if you can see that, is the neighbour is actually burning off a whole lot of stuff at the moment. So there's some smoke coming through as well, and everything smells like bonfire smoke. But if you don't have clarity, back to the branding, if you don't have clarity in your branding, it is going to be confusing to your audience and your target market, and you will be losing, the potential that you will have online. So I can't stress how important it is to brand yourself online the right way. So you might not have the exact clarity straight away. Clarity is something that you'll find with your branding that will evolve over time. And branding can change. Don't feel like you need to have all the answers from word go when you brand yourself online. You might start with one kind of tagline and an idea of what you want to represent and how you want to brand yourself, and that may evolve. So mine's changing a little bit at the moment. So I've got a tagline on my page. I help home-based business owners bring their business online. And I'm just playing with a few words at the moment, and I'm creating a new website, and my tagline is probably going to change a little bit. So it's still going to be congruent with who I serve and what I do. I'm not changing what I do. It's just my branding and my messaging is going to be more on point. So that's really important that you get that clarity along the way. And I tell you, when you've got that clarity, then that's when you will see more interaction in your business. You'll see more engagement in your business. Your value proposition to people will grow because you're going to be on point with what you're delivering value about, and you will end up generating more income. Because it's all streamlined. You know exactly who you are. You know exactly what message you're delivering. You know exactly what value you're bringing to the marketplace, and you can dial in to your target market. So when you've got that clarity about your branding, then everything evolves from that, and it's a really powerful thing. So I just want to give you 3 really sort of power questions to ask yourself with your branding. The first question that you would ask is, who are you? What do you stand for? What do you represent? So be very clear about that. So who are you? So I am a home-based business owner. I'm in the industry. I'm in network marketing. I know that. That's part of me. That's who I am and who I stand for. So, you guys that are listening, if you are struggling in your home-based business and you want to bring it online and learn how to market yourself online, brand yourself online properly, rather than just pushing out your products and your business on your personal Facebook page, which you're getting no engagement on, the people that are engaging with you are the people within your company anyway. So it's not really serving any purpose for you. So, you need to have, all that sorted out. If you're like, I totally lost my train of thought if you didn't pick that up. So the first point really is knowing who you are, what you represent, what do you stand for. So yes, I'm in the industry. I'm a home-based business owner myself. And I make a stand for people that are in the industry that want to learn how to do that online and learn how to brand themselves online to do that the right way. Hey Teresa, how are you? Great to see you. So it's really important to be clear about who you are and what you represent and what do you stand for. And you might think that's obvious, but I see a lot of people's pages with their branding and it's like, I don't really know what you do. I don't really know what you stand for. I don't really know what your branding is. Like, it's confusing. So this is where, like in the heading, if your branding is confusing, you'll be losing online, because the last thing I want for you is that you go to the effort of, well, firstly, you realize that you want to build your business online and you see the power in that. So you learn a little bit about branding, you set up the page and away you go and you think it's going to be all roses. But your messaging in your branding and how you sort of present yourself online is confusing to people. So I just want to highlight, did you know, hey Catherine, how are you? Great to see you. I looked at your page the other day. I'll give you that review. I'll be on the call later. So even if you can't jump on live, you can watch the recording and grab that review. Awesome job, by the way. So I've lost my train of thought again. I've got to stop reading the comments and getting sort of distracted. What was I saying? So I was talking about branding. I don't know. I always come back to it. If you've watched lives of mine before and I get distracted, I always come back to what I was saying. So I'll get there. Just bear with me. So the brand, the message in the branding needs to be on point, because that, see, came back. Did you realize that if branding is confusing, yeah, thank you, Lynette. Did you realize that human beings have a smaller attention span than a goldfish? So, hey Julie, nice to see you live. Goldfish have an attention span of about 8 or 9 seconds. Humans have an attention span that's about 6 or 7 seconds. So we have, can you see that smoke coming through now from the neighbour? We have, as human beings, an attention span less than a goldfish. So when someone's coming to your brand, I've been too busy this morning, done too many things. My brain's in a different direction, which I think you can tell today. So if you're confusing in your branding and you haven't got your message right, keep in mind that human beings have, less attention span than a goldfish. So you've got like seconds to grab somebody's attention. So somebody comes to your page, they look at your page, they look at your photograph, so they might know who you are and what your name is, but then they look at your sort of wording and it's like, I don't know really what that person does or how they can help me. So I'll click off that. Do you know how busy social media is? You know this. You're scrolling through your feed. Your feed is getting inundated with things from your friends, things from advertisers, things from people that you follow, you like and follow. So all their stuff is hitting your news feed. So you need to grab people's attention. And if somebody's liked your page and something comes up of yours, like a Facebook Live or a blog post or something, like they need to know that you're going to bring them value. When you've got a confusing message in your branding and they don't really know what you're going to teach them or what value you're going to bring, you're going to lose them. So your branding is really important to get right like that within seconds. So it's really important to know who you are, what you represent, what you stand for, and what you want to be known for. So put some thought to that. So that's sort of number one. Number two, just checking my notes here. Once you know that, who is your target market? Who is your customer avatar? Who is your perfect prospect to bring into your business? You need to know that because most people in the home-based business industry, especially something like health and wellness or skin or weight loss or something like that, they think everybody can use my product. It's beneficial to everybody. So when you target everybody in your branding, guaranteed, statistically, it's proven, you'll get nobody because your branding is too broad. The narrower that you can get with your branding, the more on point and clarity that you have with the people that you want to serve, your perfect customer, your perfect target market, then you're going to have much more success online. So have a good think about who is your perfect customer, who is your target market. So I know my target market are network marketers that are trying to bring their business online. That's who I serve. I don't serve people that play golf. I don't serve people that, have got interest in fishing. I don't serve anybody and everybody. My target market is network marketers that are trying to build their business online. Does that make sense? Are you following me so far with what I'm talking about, with how on point your branding needs to be? Send me some likes and loves if it's making sense so far. So the number two question to ask yourself, so the number one question is, who am I? What do I stand for? What do I want to be known for? What do I sort of represent? That's your number one question. Your number two question is, who am I serving? Who's my perfect customer? Who do I want to attract? Who is my target market? And who is my customer avatar? If you don't know what a customer avatar, it's just a detailed version of your perfect prospect. So target market is broad. So I know that with my target market that I'm attracting network marketers that want to bring their business online. That's who I serve and give value to. Predominantly, there are other people that are not in the home-based business that still get value from the information that I provide. And I can still help people with Facebook advertising and branding that are not in this industry. But predominantly, I know who my target market is. And my customer avatar, I've actually got labeled. My customer avatar is somebody called Sue. She's 42. She's married. She's got 2 kids. She works in the corporate world. She's really busy. She's looking for something to simplify her life and earn some more money so she can slow down the corporate world and build a good business for herself on the side so she's got more choices. And she can go on holidays when she wants to. And she doesn't have to ask for permission for somebody when she goes on holiday. So, et cetera, et cetera. So work out who your customer avatar is, and that is who you're talking to with your branding. So really narrow that down and channel it. Who are you talking to? Who is your target market and who is your customer avatar? So that is your number 2 power question you need to ask yourself. Third power question that you are going to ask of yourself: what value proposition am I giving to people? What value am I offering my target market? What am I talking about? What are people going to learn from me? What am I going to teach people, and what am I going to help people with? Critical to your branding. Because you know what? Not only have you got only a few seconds to grab somebody's attention, you know all they care about in those few seconds? How is she or he going to help me? They don't really care about you. They don't really care about your story. They might be intrigued, it's all part of your brand, but they want to know how you're going to help them. So at the forefront of your mind with your branding, what value are you going to bring people? When you lead with value rather than lead with your wallet, this is where you will have success online. Majority of people in this industry are leading with their wallet. They get into this industry because they see dollar signs. A lot of people get into this industry because they think they're going to get rich quick. It doesn't work that way. Any of you that have stuck with this business, you would know you have to be in this business for the long term. And it takes a while to build relationships with people, particularly when you brand yourself online. You do your page, you get a likes campaign going, so you're asking Facebook to people come and like your page. They are strangers to you. They don't know you. Hi, Tammy. Hope you're having a good day. Nice to see you on live. So they're strangers to you. So you don't marry somebody you just met. You date them for a while. You'll probably get engaged for a period of time. Then you'll put the ring on the finger and marry them. So the same with building your brand and building your business online. You can't just put out a presence online, expect that people are going to buy from you straight away. You need to lead with value rather than asking for the sale. I've mentioned this a few times before, but there's a couple of analogies I use. It's like pulling back the bow and arrow. So with an online business, sorry, I just need to get rid of an alert there. So with an online business, it starts by, you think of a bow and arrow. You're pulling back, you're pulling back, you're pulling back. So you're giving value. You're getting people to know, like, and trust you. You're drawing them in, you're drawing them in, you're drawing them in, you're drawing them in, you're giving them value. Then you fire. That's when things grow faster. When people know, like, and trust you. But you have to give them value, give them things, give them information, get your branding right, get them to understand you, get them to, know, like, and trust you before you can ever ask for a sale. So your branding online is where you set yourself up for success or failure. The more confusing your branding message, all your future efforts with your Facebook Lives, maybe you go to the extent of writing blog posts or sharing blog posts, YouTube clips, things like that. It will all be wasted. Maybe you boost posts to, the wider audience or to people that are on your page. All of those efforts will be wasted. You'll waste your time and your money if you don't get your branding right from day one. Knowing, though, that your branding can evolve. So you don't have to have it perfect from day one, but you need to ask those 3 power questions of yourself to get it as close as you possibly can and get clear and have that clarity about who you are, what do you stand for, what value you can bring people, and who do you want to service, who is your target market. Always leading with value and not your wallet. Does that make sense? Just put the word sense down below if you're following me. The other analogy I like to use is it's like a bank account. So somewhere along your value proposition, you want customers. You want people to join you in your business. That's the whole purpose of you branding your business online, is to get more customers and get people joining you in your business. So think of it like, a bank account. You got like the bow and arrow. You got to deposit, build equity, build momentum, gain some interest in that bank account. Keep depositing before you make the withdrawal. The withdrawal is when you ask for the sale. You've got something of value and now people trust you and they're happy to, join you in your business or buy your products or services, whatever it is that you have to offer. But you have to put the deposits in first and give the value and accrue the interest, if you like, before you can make the withdrawal. So if you go to a bank and try to just suck money out of a bank account that doesn't have anything in it, how far are you going to get? That's the damage of putting a brand online where you haven't branded yourself properly. You get up there, so not only is your message confusing, you're not bringing value. The third point I mentioned before, you've got to lead with the value. So, the branding is the beginning piece, having clarity around that. The more clarity you have around your branding, the more your value proposition will grow to the target market that you've already identified, who that is. So you know what you're about, what you stand for, who you're representing, and what value you're going to bring them. That's the essentials of branding yourself online. So think about those 2 power questions when it comes to branding that I just mentioned. I'm just going to check my notes here. Yeah, valid point I've got on my notes here. How can anyone follow you, engage with you, or buy from you if you don't know yourself, where you're going? So I review a lot of people's Facebook pages and I'll look at it and it's going, I'm not really sure what they're going to teach me. I'm not really sure how they can help me. It's pretty broad. So there's a tagline up there is, I inspire women to live a more fulfilling life to chase their dreams. Okay, that's nice and warm and fluffy and inspirational, but I've got no idea what this person does. Next. So if you don't know where you're going, if you haven't got your branding worked out, how can you expect other people to follow you when you don't have the clarity of what you're all about yourself? So really important things to think about with branding yourself, and why I'm passionate about this is because I see a lot of people. There's one thing I really can't stand for myself and other people, and that's wasting time and money. So I lump them in together. Wasting time and money, pushing, striving for something more, but you haven't got the foundation. So all the continued effort and all the money you're pouring into it, like a likes campaign, getting people to your page, but the who you're targeting is not who you really need. And the people's interests, you might not know much about a likes campaign, but that's where we go out to Facebook and say, Facebook, this is exactly who I want to find. So come and bring them to my page and ask them to like my page. And that's where you build up pre-qualified people that are following you. That's the beauty about branding yourself online and building your business online, is that you don't have to walk around trying to think, I wonder if I should talk to them about my business. I wonder if they'd be interested in my business. Oh, that'd be good. Oh, that'd be awesome in my business. I should talk to them. Or how am I going to talk to them? Or what are they going to think of me? Oh, I'm too scared. Or they're way more successful than me. I really can't talk to them. So you end up talking to nobody. You've done a lot of thinking. You've consumed your mind with who you should be talking to, what you should be saying, potentially, what you should be doing, but you've actually done nothing. So branding yourself online, you can go and find those pre-qualified prospects and continue to bring them value. So then they'll learn to know, like, and trust you and buy from you and join you in your business, etc. So it's a really powerful thing. So if you are branding yourself online, I would encourage you to ask those 3 power questions that I just talked about before again of yourself, and making sure that your branding message is on point and it's clear. The other thing I would like to offer you is that if you want to brand yourself online, you're not sure how to brand yourself online, you're hearing what I'm saying, but you've got a lot of things running through your mind, or maybe it'd be this, or maybe it'd be that, I'm not quite sure. Maybe that'd be a good tagline, but maybe that's too broad and I really need to sort of nut this out. You're not quite sure how to set up the page properly to make sure all the elements are there. So in those 6 seconds that you've got to capture a human being's attention, that you've done that on your page. You're not quite sure how to go into Facebook through Ads Manager and create the likes campaign to get your pre-qualified, prospects to come to your page. You're not sure how to do any of that, or what content to put on your page or continue to put on your page, when people are there. Then please tune in to me next week at this exact time. I promise I won't be late, because I've got something beautiful that I am creating for you guys. I sort of alluded to this last week, that I'm going to help you with all of that. And I'm going to guide you step by step through all of that. So you don't need to bumble away through it yourself. You don't need to worry about whether you're on point or not. I'll help you with that. I'll even review your page after you've sort of created it, just to give you some feedback before you go any further, before you do a likes campaign and get people there because your branding's wrong and now you're completely on the wrong track moving forward. So stay tuned for me this time next week. I'm going to have something really exciting to offer you. So if that's of interest to any of you, to get your branding right and go through that kind of, information, put the word branding down below. So when I've got the link ready, I can make sure that you get that information so you don't miss out. So if you're really keen to learn about branding, how to do it properly, how to set yourself up, properly, and you want my help with that, put the word branding down below and I'll make sure that you get, the link when it's ready, which it's not quite yet. So exciting stuff. If you want to build your brand online and make sure you get it on point and clear before you do, all the rest of it, then I'm here to help you with that. Exciting. So tomorrow I have a really special interview with one of my mentors who's made almost $20 million online. He's the godfather of attraction marketing, just totally inspirational guy who I've learned a lot from, and where I started my journey. So when I started my journey, so I hadn't started my page. I hadn't no followers at all. No one, was listening to me. I wasn't a voice, online. He is the guy that sort of gave me the building blocks to, start my business online. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear from him tomorrow. So same time. So I haven't got my watch on. I don't like to say the time because my time here in Australia is totally different to your time. I'm actually, it's Wednesday for me here now. I know for some of you guys in the United States, it's still Tuesday night for you, so I can't mention a time. But the time I normally go live, which is probably 20 minutes, half an hour ago from now, tune in tomorrow, because I am so very grateful for him to give up his time to talk to you. Essentially. So he's doing me a massive favor by giving value to, the people that are in my community, you guys. So if you can jump on and, say hello to him, I'll keep it a surprise until tomorrow, but interact with him and send him some likes and loves when he's on sort of live with me. I would really appreciate that. So have an awesome rest of the day, whatever part of the day it is for you. Thank you for joining me live today, and I'll catch you for that exciting interview tomorrow. See you then. Bye.